right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. As we jump into this storytelling, let me first briefly mention Pisces. You'll definitely probably want to check out the today's topic video for October the 10th because I am bringing something back to the channel that we used to do. I explain it in that video at the very beginning, so I won't waste your time here explaining it again. Anyway, that's the video you'll need to go to enter to win. But just so you guys know, we're doing something fun that we haven't done in like a year and a half or two. So I'm delighted to be back. And thank you guys for bearing with me throughout all of the ups and downs with me having moved and been working on all the internet issues at the new location. Every time I say I think we're good, we experience some more. So I'm not going to say that anymore. I'm just going to say thank you for your patience. But things have been good today. So here's hoping. All right, Pisces, I had a special request. I believe it was RT who asked specifically, could we do a little follow-up on the Pisces message that we had during the full moon, where we saw Pisces had some significant gifts that were blossoming. And so I want to just begin by touching base on that and just asking, if you go back and watch that video, or if you missed it, just let me recap briefly. The message during the full moon is that like Pisces was kind of becoming aware that either they were at an age where maybe people in their family all kind of like step into some talents and gifts that they possess. It was anything from like healing energy, Ayurveda, even like I remember I said something about like hypnosis. I had to like recap on the video so that I could remember. And I'll put that video at the end of this one, so if you want to rewatch it, you can. But let's just take a little peek and say, as far as that energy of that full moon, the super moon on Monday, awakening some life path gifts that Pisces is like perhaps starting to expand, where is Pisces at with that? We start with the Page of Cups, which is like, I'm touching my toe right into that water. I'm taking a little dip in this. And we have charm, the word charm and tender and heart are all written up here. And I actually can't read the rest of it, but there's words scribbled in very light font up at the top. I didn't do that. It's on the card. So we definitely have somebody who's, first off, I think Pisces is incredibly charming. Pisces may suddenly notice that they look a lot younger when they look in the mirror as well. I'm just noticing, sometimes when we realize that we're doing something different with our lives, we feel different. We feel more excited. We feel reborn again. And I'm wondering if Pisces is starting to awaken to some gifts or talents that they possess, some things that are coming from the deep well within them. And I could definitely go with the idea that maybe it is like a healing gift or something that's, becoming more prominent in Pisces' life. I feel as if it is first healing them, like, working its way up through, even like how this house behind me has all the light glowing from within. You can tell that there's something beautiful inside this house. It's not exactly a spooky house, is it? And I feel like maybe that's a good analogy for Pisces. Like maybe there's a warmth emanating out of like their eyes, or other people are noticing like, God, you look like you're glowing. What is it? It could be the aura. It could be that Pisces is starting to kind of like sip from that cup and saying, I'm realizing I have kind of something that feels a little different about me right about now. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is not happening that slow either. This isn't something that Pisces is slowly evolving into. Pisces is being reawakened. They're starting this new, I think emotionally, they're really kind of excited to feel different, to look in the mirror and look different, to know that there's like something different in their capabilities. We have a 6 of Cups and we have a soulmate energy where we have Pisces sitting right here on the clock. So we know that this is, and notice that the head has like all of these flowers like blooming out of it, like this huge bouquet. I would just say this is such a tremendous awakening for our Pisces. Now, this is a situation that is probably going to make Pisces gravitate toward other people in their life that they induct into their world. Now that we have soulmates, this can be past life soulmates. I feel like Pisces' entire, we'll say their peer group is about to expand. I'm not going to say change, because I feel like they're inducting new people into their world as their gifts and talents are maybe being highlighted. I would not be shocked at all for this Pisces to possibly start to connect with other people that are also very gifted. I just feel like Pisces is going to start to kind of walk through this world and go, I'm not even that surprised. They seem to be content. I feel like just the look on this character's face is so content. And the fact that we have charm and we have tender and we have heart, I almost think Pisces has this immense capacity because they are genuinely happy in their own soul, especially as their gifts for healing. And I do still think that it's healing gifts. I think as Pisces like fully embraces that, I think that they have this sense of serenity about them that other people will notice and gravitate toward, but particularly they could wind up finding other like soulmate members right about now. Like it's maybe it's like a little bit of a soul mission, Pisces and like instead of like what do you call them, the Avengers or something, we're putting together like the dream team. Okay, so I was an 80s kid, and me and my little brother loved basketball when we were kids, so like the dream team was like we just really grew up with that, and that was really awesome, in the 90s. And I'm just picturing the dream team. If you're not an NBA fan, then you probably won't know what I'm talking about, but yes, Scottie Pippen and John Stockton and, the mailman. And anyway, so I'm just picturing this, we're like assembling the dream team right now around Pisces. Like Pisces world is going to expand right about now with soulmates, not necessarily all about love, but we don't see toxicity. We don't see loneliness. We actually see, maybe because Pisces heals themselves first and then it expands externally and it shines through their eyes and it radiates from them and they have a serenity and they start to attract other people into their world, and it's pushing away darkness and it's pushing away loneliness and it's pushing away feelings of loss, and it's like attracting people that are exactly like that as well. I could see Pisces ending up like either working with or creating a movement or creating a group of friends. And it's like, oh my God, the environment between us is just so peaceful. It's so nice. Six of Pentacles in the reverse and the Empress upright. I will say Pisces is the glue that is going to hold this group together. I'm not saying Pisces is like, oh, I must start a business where I bring people together and, but that could happen by a natural flow. This feels effortless. This feels like these people would not, the soul group that is starting to be attracted into Pisces world would not find their way into Pisces world if Pisces were not suddenly this activated like pillar of light. That's the way I want to describe this. Pisces is going to show up here as the Empress, and Pisces is attracting other people, not because they're out like, I don't see Pisces like hiring people. I only see Pisces with the Nine of Swords, and we see these people giving each other comfort. I think Pisces is going to be this beacon of light and hope for people in difficult moments. And I think Pisces is going to be soothing people's energy, making them feel more seen, making them feel more, like, look, we all are there sometimes, but myself and this crew of soulmates, like we somehow know how to like project our calm and peace into other people's hearts. There's something here where I think Pisces is going to do a lot of good work. Two of Wands. Pisces is realizing this is something special going on, isn't it? But what else am I supposed to do with this? What else am I looking for? Universe, tell me what else I'm supposed to do with this. Strength card. I believe it is at this phase of Pisces life where their strongest intuition is going to be turned on. This could be where Pisces winds up. Pisces could wind up adopting a gigantic furry cat, a baby. I feel like Pisces could start attracting and adopting into their world people, pets, anything that there's going to be strong bonds with, including possibly a powerful romantic connection. And I say that because of that Six of Cups and that Strength card, that Leo energy. I think Pisces is a magnet, not only for the people that Pisces can help, but for people that are just as powerful and calm as Pisces is, but for those in need as well. We got the Five of Swords, and we got puppy dogs, and we got somebody crying. Every time we see all this peace emanating from Pisces, we also see individuals that need some assistance. We see Pisces being this pillar and being somebody with very nurturing energy that's helping people in need. I'm picturing Pisces could do work for like, mothers, children, pets, anyone who is adrift and in need of assistance. And I feel like Pisces is not going to be the only person working in this capacity or starting a movement like this. Pisces has friends around them. Pisces has like-minded people, but Pisces will be the brainchild behind this. We got a King of Wands in the reverse. There's I don't know, I want to say like for Pisces to beware of some King of Wands out there that could be like a karmic who is hungry for Pisces energy as well. They may make an appearance. Somebody who, look, if Pisces is a tremendous healer, that could explain a lot about why Pisces has sometimes attracted energy vampires. Even though we have Pisces not succumbing to it, we have Pisces only helping those who sincerely need it, not necessarily karmics that are selfishly wanting it, but rather people that are a little bit downtrodden, a little bit adrift, a little bit lost. Like I said, children, pets, people that can't help themselves, that we must stand up and help. I could see Pisces doing that, but having people around them to assist them in doing that. We have the Hanged Man, we have the Ten of Swords. I do feel like Pisces is going to still have to say a very solid no thank you to a King of Wands, a karmic who tries to come back in, who is not there because they need assistance, but because they think they're entitled to it. I don't see Pisces putting up with that. I see them pushing that person onward. Pisces is literally flying away here. And so I'm going to say this is actually great. It's like once and for all, Pisces is like on their true life path. Yes, they're a healer, but they're not here to bring exes in that are karmic. They're here to bring in true soulmates that are on the same path of like, let's do something amazing together for the people of the world. Let's, offer some kind of, community, some kind of support. But at the same time, this is the way Pisces, I think, finally shuts a door permanently with an X. Tell me about the Six of Cups. Four of Swords, Seven of Swords. Pisces has known their whole life that they had great ideas, great intuition, but Pisces pressed it down for quite some time. I think the universe has talked to Pisces for a long time, been like, you're a tremendous healer. You got great ideas. You have natural leadership abilities. You know that you can do great good in this world. Pisces is like, come on now. I think Pisces kept to themselves for a long time, and the universe was like nudging Pisces, saying, darling, you know that you got friends around you, you got soulmates, you got people that are just as powerful as you, but you will be the goal, or you are the person who puts this all together and makes this happen. But there are people that will be delighted to be on your side. Again, with that Strength card and the Queen of Cups upright, Pisces has been a visionary their whole freaking life. Their whole life. And there have been so many people that have been waiting for Pisces to like step up into the light, step up into this position of like, I've started doing this thing. I don't think Pisces is out there like banging their chest saying, this is my, my cause. Everybody jump on board. Let me go, canvas the area and try to get people on board. I just think Pisces has not, until now, they've not stepped in that true leadership position. Maybe they didn't think other people felt the same way as they did. But soulmates, we got all these dolphins. Those dolphins are the soulmates. I feel like Pisces is part of a very special, soul group, all of whom feel the exact same way. Kids, pets, everybody that needs to be like having something foundational they can hold on to. That has been a strong desire to do good for vulnerable groups. Not just for Pisces, but for a whole, well, honestly, I think that every decent person on earth feels the exact same way. I think that that's a human nature. If you've ever been to a zoo and there's a new baby, in the, many species protect the baby and the whole group will protect the baby. I was at a zoo in Crete, the island of Crete in Greece, and the monkeys had a little baby monk, and the entire group protected that baby like it was gold. And it was the sweetest thing I've ever seen. It was so nice to see an entire community protect that adorable baby. It was such a precious thing. I'll never forget that. It's really nice to see. And I just kind of think that that's Pisces is that, but so too are, I don't think it's like a small group of people who care greatly about the fragile or vulnerable creatures on this earth. I think any decent person feels the exact same way. anything that is fragile and vulnerable, we all immediately want to protect. So I could see that being so much a part of like Pisces motive. But I also feel there is somebody out there, possibly a powerful Aries, who I don't know if we've got some partnership coming up for Pisces that is a person who's like needed direction. Maybe they too have been a little bit adrift because they've got a lot to offer, but they haven't known how to offer. This could be a divine masculine who has needed somebody like Pisces to like ground them. This is a soulmate for sure. I knew there was some kind of a love story somewhere in here where it's almost like because of this wonderful energy or the good works that Pisces will do. And keep in mind, there's so many wonderful ways. I mean, maybe Pisces is going to, start some like refugee place for pets. Maybe they're going to just donate some time at a local shelter or pet shelter or something, and it's like that's where they meet somebody else. I feel like we have a story here for this masculine. I feel like he's somebody who's been a little bit buffered by life, and he's kind of started to keep to himself. And meeting Pisces, it's like he melts those walls down. And maybe it's just because Pisces is so like sincere, so gentle. Yeah, he had a pretty significant heartbreak. And I kind of think that he closed off for a long time. This is not an energy vampire. This is just somebody who maybe got to the point where he didn't trust the world. Heck, maybe he didn't have somebody that cared the way Pisces does. Eight of Swords, it almost feels like he gave up on thinking that there was kind people out there, and then he meets his Pisces, and it's like, oh my God, there aren't just kind people. There are amazing people. I think the world is full of genuinely kind-hearted, amazing people. And this storyline just highlights that. It's not just Pisces, it's whole groups of people. Sometimes in the worst of moments, it's when the best of people step forward, And I just kind of think that with the Page of Pentacles sideways, I think this is going to be pretty obvious to both Pisces and whomever this king of, or excuse me, I want to call him king, the king of towers. I think it's going to be pretty obvious from their first conversation that this is a pretty special soulmate. This is somebody that Pisces was supposed to meet at this time. Pisces is kind of like sharing this energy with them too, that their ray of light, the star. Pisces is such a healing influence to this person. And I'm sure they have plenty to contribute to Pisces as well. But it just feels like all of this gets started somewhere around that full moon that, again, showed up here. This big movement in Pisces world during that supermoon that we had on Monday. This was a delightful message. This Pisces is such an angel. They're just somebody with such good intentions. It just feels like sometimes very tiny actions that we do, putting out, some food for a stray cat might be Pisces' big contribution, just caring about the little things in the world, and then being serene and being somebody that is, like gentle and soothing and compassionate. All of that seems to be what shapes Pisces' next chapter of their life. And that's also what brings them to someone who needed that kind of energy from Pisces. Pisces is very healing and soothing for a soulmate, but it's also, I think that these two are going to do really beautiful things around them, or in the world around them. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.